Hi, we're the creators of Questionable Logic, and this channel is basically about what you, as the audience, find
That's questionable
and logical.
on our channel.
And what this channel would like to discuss mainly is anime, manga, gaming, and anything
else that
we find, or you find as the audience, interesting, and we'd like to discuss. So our upload rate will be
3 videos a week.
Yep. And if you like our content and want to see more, make sure to like and subscribe and turn on that notification bell.
Please do.
Welcome to Questionable Logic, and today we'll be discussing the top 10 worst things about anime.
The first thing we're going to get off into is Isekai, known as Otherworld.
Now, there are a few certain examples of this, which would be Sword Art Online
I Had to Pick the Girl in the Dungeon
and Konosuba.
And many others like it. The list does go on.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the thing about Otherworlds is, I like Otherworlds. I enjoy a lot of them.
But the main problem is that you have
some that are just awful. And what I mean by that, well, in particular what I don't like about it, is that the lack of plot sometimes. The lack of plot means it has to rely on the characters to sort of like glue it all together. And it's how they react to things and sort of like take on adventures and quests that keep the plot flowing. But sometimes when it's just the characters sort of awful themselves, it doesn't fit or mesh.
Agreed.
Number 2, shippers.
Oh my god.
Now, of every anime, of course, you get the shippers.
They're kind of like the darker side of the fandom.
Yes. They sort of like take, let's say you've had an anime just where there's a bunch of characters and it sort of ended and there's been no real relationships after it. And what they would do is they have a fantasy where those characters end up being together, or this character, or if in the anime this male character or female character then end up with another character that maybe they haven't liked, they sort of ship the narrative where, those two characters that maybe, get together in the anime, get together in their ship. Oh, and the worst one, maybe the most random characters being shipped together. An example, My Hero Academia. I'll give you one. Bakugo and Yuchako.
They have nothing to do with it.
No, nothing in common whatsoever.
And if you disagree with that, please post it in the comments. We're not going to oust you. You can say anonymous. Moving on.
Our next topic is doujinshi. Now, shipping is just about two characters being together.
But this takes it to the next level.
Indeed. Now, doujinshi is part of the adults.
XXX rated section.
Yes, mostly. And what it is, in other words, is taking the story about a few characters and then having
intimate relationships.
And that's just so, I don't know, it's just the wrong side of weird, this sort of anime. Like, you thought shipping was bad, but doujinshi is just something completely different.
In my opinion, it kind of turns a lot of people off towards anime.
Yeah, because you get that with, when people might view anime in general in like a bad nature because of people who do doujinshi. People who watch anime are like this. They make the doujinshis afterwards, after seeing any of these animes.
I'm quitting, basically.
Yes. But it's just a weird side of the fandom that we have to move on from.
So, moving on to the fourth topic, rom-coms.
Now, rom-coms are animes, mangas, that are based in Japanese high schools. These involve a few characters, and generally a main character, finally having a relationship at the end of this anime. An example of this would be
My teen comedy romance.
Yeah. And we'll give an example why this was, in essence, a bad anime. Well, in our point of view.
And if you disagree with that, post it in the comments.
And why that is simply because I thought that Hachiman, he was a great character. He was funny, relatable.
Yeah, season 1 and 2.
He was funny, relatable, But then later on, where he suddenly has to choose between who he's going to pursue a further relationship with,
it just, goes downhill from there. Because the whole point I thought the show was about was that, he's not serious with any of them.
No, not at all.
He's kind of like, it's just a joke, really.
I think he just likes being with them in general. He wants to have them as friends, and
yeah.
like,
because he doesn't have any friends.
No, he doesn't. I've rather enjoyed having the benefits of having friends rather than being forced to choose a physical
relationship between
them.
And ending friendship.
I felt bad for Yui at the end of the show.
Same here.
She was in love with him from episode 1, had to choose up giving him up to Yukino for whatever strange reason. And I thought Hachiman didn't give her enough credits.
So another example would be...
I have that one. It was Your Lie in April. You haven't watched that one, but I have. Now, that was a great one. That's why I'm going to use as an example. What I liked about it was that even though I had a simple story of just the depressed boy finally getting a relationship after a sort of tragic background. I've explained it for you. Moving on.
So, to our fifth topic.
Bad harems.
Now,
if you don't know, harems are a relationship where one character, male,
has multiple
relationships with females, and if it's a reverse trope, it's a female that has many males. In a harem. And what I mean by the bad ones is where you have this bland character, this absolutely bland MC, but for some reason, all the female characters that are introduced in that show have a thing for him.
Yep.
And that's what it just pisses you off. It's just so unrealistic. No personality, he doesn't really involve himself in the story where he does things. He doesn't change the narrative, he just sticks to who he is, but somehow he ends up with multiple girls.
Which wouldn't work in any
form. No. That's why we don't like bad harems. There's good ones like Issei
from High School DxD.
Now that is a hilarious harem because and if any female character, Issei is just gonna.
And feel free to disagree with us or agree with us in the comment section.
Yeah. Our next topic is, it's similar to bad harem. The weak male protagonists in general.
There are a lot of them. So, before we start, you can disagree or agree with us in the comment section. Just feel free to do so. Again, we won't oust you. So, in my opinion, one of these would be Deku from My Hero Academia.
Oh, I agree.
The biggest problem with him is that in Season 1, he's just terrible. Everybody's better than him. But then all of a sudden, he gets
catched up.
Yeah, he gets just catched up. Without any real,
effort or training.
I
do remember all these other students, they've been using their powers since...
day one.
Yeah, day one. They've had trained with them, and they've got used to them to where it's almost like... Well, this school, UA, it has to be they have to be elite already for their skills, and for him to be almost at their elite level at such a short time span.
Yeah.
It's a bit insulting to them, really.
So, straight off the bat, one would be Trunks and Goten in Dragon Ball Z, and how they just get to Super Saiyan.
Yeah, at 7 and 8 years old, just being Super Saiyans already. Despite no training, no adversity or situations that's required them to become a Super Saiyan.
In the first place. They just jump to it.
And what about the Super Saiyan 3 after their fusion?
Oh yeah. I know it's meant to be, and you can disagree with this in the comment section, to show that they can essentially get equivalent power to Majin Buu. But the problem is that they just jump to Super Saiyan 3. I think even Super Saiyan 2 in their fusion would have been,
Too much, yeah. Should just been
it would have been fine, just to show that they're a bit more stronger,
Yeah.
They didn't really need Super Saiyan 3.
It's just an insane amount, giving them an insane amount of
power-ups and stuff like that.
Without training, or ever having a teacher in general. And then you have both of them in Dragon Ball Super, which destroys Super Saiyan 1.
Well, yeah. So.
That's a bit insulting to all the other Dragon Ball characters like Vegeta and Goku who train and try so hard.
Yep.
And it took them forever to get those powers.
Well, Goku got it first.
Even Piccolo's strength, he's equivalent to Super Saiyan 2? Or even
I think
3.
it's a bit 3 or something.
If you consider Super, it's like,
yeah. Super Saiyan 3 or something above that. Not quite Super Saiyan God.
But yeah,
another example would be
Toma Kamajo from a certain magical index or Railgun T series. So the thing about him is, in that series you have extremely powerful characters like Accelerator and Mikasa Mikoto, and they're all at level 5s, and that's top tier level. And then you have Toma Kamajo. The thing about this, he's always able to overcome the absolute worst situations against these strong characters, and he's a level 0. But the thing about it, and why he's so overpowered, is that he's given like this legendary power to defeat the gods, but being a level 0. And the fact he never does any training or has a true power up or anything like that requires him. He can just use this power whenever it suits him. Yeah, whenever it suits him. That's why I don't like it.
So moving on to the next topic, which is just overall misunderstandings.
Misunderstandings in anime.
This is in a variety of animes. It's basically where you have a certain misunderstanding between the guy and
a bunch of girls,
or his friends, or anything.
This will be a guy stripping a girl calling her a pervert, so a guy walking on some girls changing, like
yeah, and getting called a pervert and punched in the face,
or generally finding some pantsu. Gotta find those for male characters.
Yeah. So overall, why we find it annoying is just...
It's a cliche.
Yeah.
It's overused. It doesn't need to be. Sometimes it sort of ruins it.
Yeah, it's nice as a little gag sometimes, but then overusing it, it just loses the appeal.
Because it just keeps... If the character's perverted, well, just have him being perverted, rather than just accidentally getting into situations that, make him the perverts.
So, moving on to the final topic.
The incest plot in anime and manga. And of course, I'm going to delve into a well-known example of Eromanga Sensei.
One of the worst incest.
That is one of the worst.
Anime is produced by A1 Pictures.
That studio's a little nag about the studio. All that studio does is like incest or lolis.
Yeah.
Nothing else. Blendes, one of them. But Eromanga Sensei, tops the list.
Of one of the worst.
It was just awful. And the plot line was just something else. A brother falling for his stepsister who's non-blood related.
Which is, wrong morally for most people.
Yeah, because literally she's still your sister by marriage, technically.
Yeah, and they're way too young to be doing that.
Even though he's 15. But that's age isn't an excuse, man.
Yeah.
FBI's around the corner. On a side note about the incest subplot in anime, I don't think it bodes well. Having that sort of incest thing where, the younger sister's like, Oni-chan!
Unfortunately, there is a big fandom for that.
Well, at least in the other works by Eromanga Sensei guy, Morimo.
Oh god.
Don't even go there. Just don't. It's just like Eromanga Sensei, but with like a finish.
Anyway, thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, since you made it to the end, why not subscribe?
Thank you.
Thank you.